Backroads is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund, with money by the vote of the people November 4th, 2008.
Out the trash and finds a gold mine out there. Screams and hollers and she snorts. Someone's left their underwear on the porch. Why don't neighbors cut the grass? Broken wine bottles, empty cans of beer. She goes back to her room. She cries a little and blows her nose. She notes the broom leaning near the door. She needed that old broom for.
Thank you.
Such a sun puts me to bed in my lonesome misery. Won't you come along with me? Come with me. Come with me. 'Twas a joke that I told when I was out to old, about a man who couldn't see near as good as me. Then I laughed and I smiled. All those howling was a wild. They sang a song for me when I was just a child. Come with me. Come with me. When the final page was turned, just before the book was burned, did you feel it down your spine? Did you take it as a sign that the end is always near, and you're always stuck right here in such lonesome misery? Perhaps I'll come along with me. Come with me. Come with me. Come along with me in my lonesome misery, where everything I say is twisted in some way, and the sun that's burning red. Did you listen what I said? In my lonesome misery, I am my own worst enemy. Come with me. Come with me.
Thank you. My name is Ingeborg von Agassiz, and I'm an electronic folk musician. I got into music probably when my parents bought a piano, and I was 4 years old and walked over to it and plunked out Mary Had a Little Lamb. So I started piano lessons when I was about 5. Growing up, I was exposed to a lot of oldies rock and roll and classic rock, and my older sister bought the Beatles anthology, the second volume, and that was probably one of the biggest turning points in my life. It made me wildly passionate about the Beatles and songs and music, and I didn't really love the music of the day at the time. I just really loved music that no one else in my class or in my peer group was listening to. And the other main thing for me getting into music was when I was about 14 years old, my piano teacher encouraged me to be in some competitions, and so I would listen to these really difficult classical and romantic music piano discs compilations and fell in love with Chopin. Chopin really stuck out. And so I had this teenage experience listening to classic rock and classical piano music, and I would start writing my own songs on the piano. I've always recorded song ideas since I was recording on a tape cassette recorder when I was maybe 19 years old, and then I got a digital voice recorder, and then I figured out that there was GarageBand on my computer and that I could make overdubs, and then I figured out what a loop pedal was and that I could create live overdubs, and I started singing in my 20s. So that's the whole story.
But I, who am not free
Thank you.
So how do you approach songwriting then? Is it kind of like a melody comes in your head, or?
Melodies do come into my head all day long, but I also can will them by creating a chord progression loop and then improvising a melody over that. I also write lyrics separately, and then I'll take a poem or a set of lyrics that I've written and make the music for that set. So I write songs in lots of different ways.
How did your instrument setup come to be? Did you have a different way that you were performing first and then discovered, oh, it'd be easier if I did it this way? So how did that setup come to be?
I wanted to perform my original songs that I had been recording in GarageBand, and one of the things that made me enjoy recording and producing music was overdubbing vocals and adding harmony parts, adding interesting instrumentation, and of course beats. So I wanted to harmonize with myself as a vocalist. So I got a loop station, and then in a different setting, I would play on a keyboard that I get at Music Around for $30 with the cheesy beats. And I would be like, I like a few of the beats, and I would play little keyboard songs with those beats, and then I would make a little loop on my loop pedal. And one day I decided that I have to learn to perform live. And I first wanted to be a live looping artist and record the whole thing live, and then I have progressively live loop less and less and less because it's impractical. It takes forever to build the loops for a song. So I just started saving some of the vocal loops, so I just trigger different things live, and that's basically how I came to have the setup that I have.
Sister, your favorite toy. When the playing is done, put your stuff all away. Don't put off for tomorrow what may be done today. My mother said that life's an edge, oh, and damn it, if she's right. That don't mean that every day must be an endless fight. Those jerks will bake a pie just to throw it at your face. But you just take your finger, give a lick. How does it taste? 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 And how does it taste? 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 You can do it, you can do it, you can try real hard. Take the bull by the horns and show 'em who's in charge. Give a hoot and a holler and just find a place to start. The mainstream isn't so clean. Follow what's inside your heart. What's inside your heart? what's inside your heart? When will you know about the flow? Or when to take a toll? Or abandon ship so sick of it, the fog too thick to go? What if the pipes they burst and sea life hurts like everything is cursed? Silly efforts done in haste, well if that's the case, you just take your finger, give a lick, how does it taste? You just take your finger, give a lick, how does it taste? You just take your finger, give a lick, how does it taste? You just take your finger, give a lick, how does it taste? You just take your finger, give a lick, how does it taste?
The music community has been great, and the non-music community has been great, which all of that I was really surprised by right away. My first string of shows that I had in Duluth was late at night, opening for a friend's band. They had a weekly residency at a bar called Carmody, and I would play there every night for my cut of the tips, which would be like $20. And I did that for like 7 weeks straight, and that's really how I generated enough little buzz that people just gave me shows at other venues. And I've played in some small towns around here, and I feel like it's been super positive. All ages seem to embrace it.
Should it be so difficult? Should it be so hard? I don't have control, I'm not in charge. I beat myself, kicked my own head in. I wanna know when things will be good again. I want to know when things will be good again. You took the first drink, I took the last. You drank it slow, I drank it fast. I lose myself every now and then. I wanna know when things will be good again. I want to know when things will be good again. I was awake all last night, now I'm a sad and sorry sight. I wanna know how to turn wrong into right. Oh, the darkness it falls, so the light should transcend. I wanna know when things will be good again. I want to know when things will be good again. I read the news, but I had to turn it off. Sometimes I think I'm just too soft. He wears me out, I too easily bend. I wanna know when things will be good again. I want to know when things will be good again. I want to know when things will be good again. I want to know when things will be good again. I want to know. I want to know. Want to know. Want to know. Want to know. I want to know. Oh, I want to know. I want to know. Want to know. Want to know. Want to know. I want to know.
Thank you so much.
Backroads is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund, with money by the vote of the people November 4th, 2008.